Hello and welcome back. In this video we're going to talk through the layout design, the theme as it's called, the WordPress theme. This is the look, the style, the feel of your site. This is another demonstration site I created. There's just one example. Now this is built on WordPress with the Thesis framework over top of it. Thesis is something I'll come on to later. It's a bit more of an advanced and better option. For now, let's come back to our site that we created just now, this Harbour Maths Tutor site. This is what we created in the previous videos, and this is the WordPress admin area, the back office, if you like. So this is the theme we've got in there at the moment. Now, the primary place to get a theme is wordpress.org/themes. The ones that you'll find there are free. Some of them are very, very good. Some of them are rubbish. But if you spend half an hour just clicking through and getting a feel of what is available there for free, there's a very good chance that you'll find something that's perfectly applicable for you that's free. So there's no point paying if you don't have to. So here we are, for instance, we're on wordpress.org/themes. I've just pulled through this one here called Sydney. Let's just click on preview. So this is a demonstration of it. So it's quite a nice header top area, parallax systems it's called, this photo that slides at a different rate. I'm just scrolling down. So it's quite a nice little look there. We could very easily click this into our site that we've just created. So let's just pop this one in. So we click on themes, add new. I'm going to search for the theme. You can scroll down here, you can click through the popular, latest, etc. I'm just going to do a search in here for Sydney. So there it is there. Details and preview. I'm just going to click on install and see what it looks like. Now usually when you put a new theme in, it may not look exactly like the preview because the preview has been installed and then tweaked, the settings changed to add photos, different text, different blocks, etc. to pull things around. So often you'll find that when you install something it doesn't look directly as the preview did when you saw it and you thought that's a great theme, let's use that one. So let's activate this and see what it looks like. And now if I click over to this window here, I'm going to hit refresh. Okay, so there we go, we've got something close to it, doesn't look too bad. We haven't got the full image here, we can tweak these settings here. So that looks certainly better, I would say, than it did previously. It really is a case of coming to wordpress.org/themes and just looking through all the different themes that are available there, click on the preview and see if you like it. Click through to popular. These are the ones that are most popularly installed. All these different ones here. So you'll see there's a lot of different themes, different layouts that you can install into your site completely free that you can use. It's really about what you want your site to look like. Some of them have a freemium business model whereby they're giving it away free here, but when you install it, maybe for certain bolt-on add-ons that you might want, for those they're charged for the upgrade system. But most of these actually don't have a freemium or upgrade option. They're simply free and very good, perfectly good as they are. Now, one thing to be careful of with themes is site speed. You'll find that some themes, some layouts, actually, because they've put so much lovely graphics in or cool scrolling system, it can make your site load slowly. And that is worse than the benefit of a nice looking site. If you've got a lovely looking site that loads in say 10 seconds, that takes 10 seconds to load, you'll find that most people will click back and away from your site. The drop off, the bounce rate that you'll get, people leaving your site because your site loads slow, is huge. It's far more important that your site is fast than pretty. So just weigh that into consideration. It is possible to have a pretty site that is fast, or a nice looking site that's fast, but we need to check. The way to check it is to go to gtmetrics.com, gtmetrics, you see this here with an x.com, and just put in your website there and analyze, and it goes off and analyzes your site. So here's a good example of this. Page load of 3.4 seconds. I would say that's too slow for a really simple site in this setup as we've done it. There's not many pages or any background plugins. There's very little on there that should be slowing this down, and yet it took 3.4 seconds to load. Now, depending on what industry you're in, it can, if your site takes over 3 seconds to load, you can lose between 20 to 40% of your search engine traffic from people who will come to your site for the first time from Google, click to your site, and if your site takes longer than 3 seconds to load, 20 to 40% of people will simply click back, go back to Google and find another site. So it's really important that you don't have a slow loading site. So with this example that we've just loaded here, this Sydney theme here, it looks nice, but I would say it's taking too long. I'm going to do this again just to double check the site didn't have a little sneeze or a glitch or anything, to see if it takes as long. So I'm just going to come back and do exactly the same thing again, just to see if it did really take 3.4 seconds, just to double check. And it took 3.1 seconds this time. Obviously slightly better, but still past that 3-second mark. For a site that is basically only so far a 1 or 2 page website that's not got many graphics on, loading in 3 seconds it's not really good enough. We'll try and find something better. It's not terrible, it's not the worst I've ever seen, but I would want to improve on that. Now, one thing I will say, for example, if I really liked this theme and I wanted it, and it's not too bad at 3 seconds, what you can do, you can follow the lightning load speed book formula, the system, the step-by-step process of speeding up your site. Principal element being to use a plugin for site speed, such as W3 Total Cache or Super Cache, and they will crunch the code of your site to make it faster. That will certainly make a difference to this site, but from a basic standing point, from a 1-page or 2-page website here, it should be faster than this. So let's try and find something else. So we're back on wordpress.org/themes. Let's have a look for something else. Let's just have a look at this one, Serif. Click on preview, and as I scroll down, so we've got a similar parallax system. That's the name of the coding method behind this. We've got an image that scrolls differentially from the actual text. These things have just swished in. They look nice on hover. So this is a nice looking theme. I suspect this will be a bit slow, but let's just try it. This one's called Serif, so I'm going to come back to Manage Themes, Add New, and I'm going to search for Serif. And there it is. Let's install that and activate. Let's have a look at that. Come over here, hit refresh. And on the home page of my new site, it looks exactly as the demo does. It's added all these different elements in. So we're on the Harbour Maths Tutor site that we're creating. Hit refresh and we've got all these cool bits here. It looks really nice. I really like this, and let's just say for instance this matches the brand of how I want my tutor business to be. Let's double check if it's fast enough. So again, it's a bit slow. It's not crazy slow, but it's a bit slow. I was hoping that we might get this down to 2 point something, this page load time here. But that said, again, we should be able to crunch this site down. There's some elements here that it's given that are problematic, that could be improved, image dimensions, etc. So all of these things down here are things that can be improved. Green is things that are fantastic, they're fine. So these bits up here, we can fix those. If you look through the lightning load speed book, you'll see the steps to fix all this. If you can't do it yourself, it is something that's definitely worth doing. So get a programmer, get a webmaster who can do this for you if you find the lightning load speed steps a bit technical. Just follow the bits that you can do and then get a webmaster to do the rest. Because if you think about it from a business perspective, the cost of the investment of getting a webmaster to do this is going to be worth it, because your customers are happy to buy from a site that is fast loading and easy to use. Now let's just say we were going to stick with this. We're going to follow the site speed formula, the steps for all that in lightning load speed, and we want to stay with this. What we then do is we come back to the WP admin area here, WordPress admin area here, and I'm going to click on customize for this theme. So we're on the site that we've just created. This is on the Harbour Maths Tutor website, the website we've just created, and we've got all these different settings that we can change, and we should. Obviously it's used its own logo up here. I would want to create my own logo for here, change this text, all of these different elements that will be defined in here, and that's what we would then need to do to stick with this theme. We now tweak this theme and adapt it to how we want it to look. So that's how to use the wordpress.org/themes area of free plugins to get a theme that hopefully we like, that matches our design. And we want to be able to, across all of the different marketing methods we're going to use, we want to match the same brand, the same style, so things match from business card to website to brochure to t-shirts to everything, so it all matches and looks the same. So we've got to make a fairly considered, intelligent decision as to the theme layout we're going to use. We don't want to just put in anything. We need to make sure it matches everything. So that's how to do it for the free ones that are on the WordPress.org option. There are paid for versions that in theory should be nicer or better, more functionality, etc. That are on the premium site. If you just do a Google web search for WordPress themes, you'll find the ones that offer other themes. You've got themeforest.net is good, templatemonster.com I've used many times. ThemeForest and Code Canyon is the other option. You'll probably find in the Elegant Themes does quite nice ones as well. Have a look, have a click to find something that exactly matches what you want your tutor business to have as its brand. You're going to have to do a fair amount of just clicking through and looking and looking and looking to get the right one for you. So that's the end of this video on adding and adapting a theme for your website. In the next video I want to show you the thesis framework. It's what I use for most websites that I would build for other tutors, for other businesses, because it makes the site much faster, simpler, and you've then got nicer theme options that you can add to it. Now, the reason I would recommend Thesis is primarily for speed. It makes WordPress coding much smoother and faster, so your page loads faster in 1.8 seconds, that sort of timeline, so almost twice as fast as the 3.2 seconds that we're looking at there, and that matters. So here, this is just one of the skins that are using Thesis. We're looking at a page load of 1.4 seconds, 1.6, 1.8. That's the sort of timeline that you would expect your site to load in. It's also good for Google that your page loads so fast. It's also, the coding of Thesis is also better for Google. So in the next video I'll talk you through how to use Thesis, where to get it, and the skins to add to it to make it look nice as well as be blindingly fast.